Thank y'all. You know, we're so blessed to be in this community and supported by our great business and great community members. You know, my slideshow was actually way down. I had over 250 the previous year, and but we had a great kickoff event, and just we're off to a great start this year. You know, we have a tradition of growing our own in Lindale, and you're going to see a lot of that today. And sometimes we have opportunity to bring some great people from outside the district. So we're going to start off. We got a number of them today because you know, kind of Mr. Holder retired, and that kind of started a little trickle effect. And we just you know, had a little turnover on the campuses. So we'll go through it today. So we got quite a few to introduce, and we're just going to let them you know, talk a little bit about their position and their past history as administrator and their experiences, and then we'll just keep going. But the first one with what a great opportunity and great administrator we have in Mr. Chillett. Mr. Chillett, come on up, head this way. Mr. Chillett has been in the district, yes. Been in the district many years. You know, first he was a teacher and coach, did a great job there. Went off, got some great experience at a couple of other districts, but he knew he wanted to get his family back to Lindale. He's a Lindale High School graduate, and but came back as an assistant principal at E.J. Moss, and then was the lead assistant principal at junior high, then lead principal at junior high, and then went to the high school as the head principal there, and did a phenomenal job in all those positions. And he's already doing a great job as assistant principal. And anyway, just blessed to have Mr. Chillick in our school district.
I didn't realize I got demoted back to assistant principal, but appreciate that, Mr. Surratt. One thing I've learned in this job in 3 months, that Mr. Surratt, if he's ready to eat, you got to go eat. So I've gained about 15 pounds in the 3 months that I've been there, which has not been good for me. Obviously, I love Lindale. Lindale's home to me. I love the school district. I've been fortunate to work at 2 other districts. And when you work there, you realize from those perspectives what people think about Lindale ISD if you live in this area in East Texas. It's just a different culture, and it's one that I'm proud to continue to try to carry on that tradition. It's something I take very seriously, that we keep our values the way they are in our community. And I love the fact that we have so many people, as you in this room specifically, who support us in the way that you do, because we couldn't do what we do without you. So thank you for that. I'm looking forward to the year, getting an opportunity to be able to look at it from a different perspective, learn from Mr. Surratt, and just ready for the opportunity. So thank you.
Hang on, tell us a little bit about what your duties are.
Okay. Well, I guess I'm HR director, so have to do with everything hiring. Everybody that's hired in the district comes through our office, and I get the opportunity to be able to see those and vet those out. I'm head of facilities, so I'm over all of the district campuses, every building in the district, which has been interesting. That's something I've had a fast forward learning process with this summer. Safety is a big thing now the last 3 years, especially since Uvalde. Safety is something that is continually getting more and more thrown to it, and it's really there's been a lot added. So it's something we take very seriously in our district. We're big believers. Obviously, that's the #1 goal: get kids there safely and staff, get them home safely every day. That's our first and foremost goal each day. So that's something that I'm over. What else do I have? Anything he doesn't want to do, he points to me on, that I get the opportunity to take advantage of. So anyway, thank you.
Exactly right. Let's give Mr. Chick a hand. That opportunity, Mr. Chillick moving up, advancing in the school district. We had Mr. Kyle Wright. Mr. Kyle Wright was a lead principal at E.J. Moss. We moved him to junior high several years ago, anticipating this type of move, and so he's been at the high school for a few years as assistant, and now he's ready for the lead role at the high school. Just a phenomenal leader. Again, Lindale High School graduate, you know, taught and coached here, great administrator, and anyway, so he's got a bright future as well. Mr. Kyle Wright.
It's kind of like a reunion. Come in here and I see a bunch of people I've known for a long time. Judge Coward's probably known me the longest. His son and I were graduates together at Lindale. He played center, or I played quarterback, and he played center, so we knew each other a lot better than most people know each other. So it's great to be here. Loved working at Lindale ISD. I'm a proud graduate, class of 2000, but what I tell people all the time, why I'm back and why I came to be back here is because of this community, this school district. This is where I wanted my kids to be raised. This is where I want my kids to be educated. Y'all said some very kind things about the school district, but we want to reciprocate that we have a culture worth protecting, guys, a culture worth protecting, not just in the school district, but in our community. And so, like Mr. Chillick said, yeah, we appreciate y'all that we're able to run the school the way we run the school, the way we're able to prioritize safety and academics and not have the nonsense, and the community support that we get from you guys is paramount to that. So we appreciate y'all and thank y'all for having us today.
And of course, you know, when Kyle moving up as the lead principal, that left the assistant principal job, similar type role. Mr. French was an outsider that we brought in as a coach teacher, did a fantastic job, moved on to, moved up, got a promotion coaching wise, moved off, and then we was lucky to get him back as an assistant principal and then principal, and we're glad to have him. He was a principal at E.J. Moss for several years, and now we moved into high school as assistant, and just another great leader in our school district, Mr. David French.
Good morning. I don't really know what to say that hasn't already been said. I think that what Mr. Chillick and Mr. Wright said is similar to my story. When my wife and I decided to move back to East Texas to raise our daughter, there was one district that we wanted, and we vetted several and really at a quick pace found that Lindale was where we wanted to be. Our daughter was just in diapers at that time, but we knew what we were doing and we were trying to plan for the future. My daughter will be a sophomore this year. I'm pretty excited about that. I don't think she's as excited as I am to be on the same campus as she is, but it is neat to have been at E.J. Moss and seen so many of those kids as they've grown up. Like the kids on Friday as they were coming through at Fish Camp, several of them came around the corner and saw me, and I want to tell y'all most of them were super excited about that, but not all of them were. But it's going to be really good just simply because I know most of those kids and I know where they come from and some of the struggles and some of the celebrations and stuff. But again, just to say it feels like the 15th time, this is just such a special place, and I love to tell people, especially when we're recruiting new teachers to this community, I always tell them that this community is built around two things, and it's the school system and the churches, and I mean that 100%. And so I want to thank y'all for being a part of that. And our culture that Mr. Wright spoke of is so important, and it starts at the house. And so I really appreciate all of y'all. Thank you.
And with Mr. French promotion to the high school, you know, moving to the high school, that left a lead principal job at E.J. Moss. So this administrator is homegrown as well, a Lindale High School graduate. Went off, taught, became an assistant principal in Tyler. We was lucky to get her back here, assistant principal at College Street and an assistant principal at E.J. Moss, and now she is the lead principal at E.J., Miss Kylie Prudhomme.
Good morning. Yes, I'm so excited to get this opportunity. I was in Tyler for 15 years. That's where I did all of my 12 years of teaching, and then I also started as my administration there. But I have to say, like, Lindale is where I graduated from. I was a 13-year kid, class of 97. With Mr. Chillick, we think that's the best class. And so now Kyle Wright will argue with us, but I have to say, like, I brought two kids. I only have two kids. I brought them both. Katie graduated. She's starting her second year in college. Caden will be a senior this year, and I couldn't ask for a better opportunity and a better community for my two personal kids to get to go through. But I'm so excited to take the lead principal job at E.J. Moss. That's a beast. I'm learning. I'm gonna get a lot of steps in. I can't be in two buildings at one time, but I have two great assistants that will be with me, and it truly is one of the best places I've ever been at. I know we read Facebook, so don't believe it. E.J. Moss has the best educators that are sitting in that building, and I'm excited to get to lead them and walk along with them and continue to build that culture and make us the best. We appreciate y'all's support. We talked about it in an admin meeting earlier this year, and our community in Lindale is phenomenal. I tell our teachers our grass is really green here in Lindale because I've been other places, and so I know. And I don't take one day for granted for being here, and so I'm excited for the school year and to lead E.J. Moss.
anyways, great campus, and with Ms. Prudhomme's advancement, promotion for doing a good job, that left a opening as the assistant principal, almost like a building principal, these two guys. But anyway, Mr. Stephen Hitt, another great teacher, educator in our district, was promoted to assistant principal at College Street for several years, and now we moved him up, promoted him to E.J. Moss assistant principal, Mr. Stephen Hitt.
Thank you. Well, I stood up here about 4 years ago when I moved from the teaching at the high school to AP at College Street Elementary, and a few things have changed. I have a lot less hair, won't fall. I just turned 40, and within a month I had to move from a large to an extra large. Though I do think this is the same suit that I wore, though I don't think I can button it up anymore. So I'm with you, Mr. Schillick. I'm feeling that. But one thing that hasn't changed, and this is what I talked about, and I also graduated from Lindale in 03, I think it's the best class, is that even as a student who moved into Lindale, like, I noticed the difference that the community made for us. And as a educator, at the high school teacher, the same thing, and it continued as an AP, and I know it's going to continue, and it's thank you for all your support, because we couldn't do what we did, or what we do without y'all, and we greatly appreciate it, and thank you. And I'm excited to be at E.J. Moss, by the way.
So with him moving from College Street to E.J. Moss, that left an opening at College Street for assistant principal. And so this time we did go outside the district. So we look inside most of the time we try to grow our own, but sometimes we get some great ones from outside. And this is the case this time. Mr. Kevin Grove, he was an administrator in Tyler, and now he's at College Street Elementary assistant principal. Kevin Grove.
Morning, thank y'all. Yeah, being from outside, I remember when the job posting was available, and my wife is the secretary at ECC, and I was like, I think I'm gonna apply. I know being an outsider, it's a tough nut to crack, but went ahead and applied, just threw my name in the hat, and got a phone call and got real nervous. But been excited. Been a part of Lindale for 5 years now. This is going on year 6. I've had my boys go through ECC and College Street both. I got one at the junior high and one at E.J. Moss. He's part of that huge 4th grade class, bless you. But just excited to be part of Lindale full time now. Living in the community, going to church here, coaching all the youth sports and all that. But to be able to work here is going to be a game changer for us, and we're excited, and just real excited to be part of College Street, and great things are going to happen there, and we're excited to be a part of it. So thank y'all for being so welcoming, and we really appreciate it.
And so we reached out to an outsider, one of our competitors for a long time. But this person was very successful career as a teacher, assistant principal, curriculum director, assistant superintendent, and superintendent. She retired a few years, and I talked her out of retirement to come help us at Lindale ISD. Just a great administrator, and we're so fortunate to have Dr. Donnie Cook here as a new principal at Velma Penny Elementary.
So Mr. Surratt told me to keep this really brief. So I have a lot of stories, but just to let you know, he said a lot about my history. I'm not a Lindale graduate, but I was born and raised in Chapel Hill, and so I was a proud Chapel Hill Bulldog for a long time. Started a little bit outside in Winona and Greenville, and then I came back to Chapel Hill, where I never had any intentions to be in administration, in public school administration. That was not my goal when I was going to school. But a superintendent decided to change that for me when I was a teacher at Chapel Hill, and so I went into administration and fell in love with doing that. And of course I worked out from there, as he said, through various things. During that time, I did get to know someone that was also working on their career, and that was Mr. Stan Surratt. So we were in college classes together, and I learned very quickly he likes to really pick on people. So naturally, when I became superintendent, I would call Mr. Surratt and say, hey, what would you do about this? And I realized I had about 3 great mentors from being a superintendent, and that was You know, I had Mr. Surratt, I had another one in a neighboring district outside of Tyler, and then another one outside of Tyler, just right here in Smith County, and I would call it, depending on my situation, who I would listen to. I have to say I didn't always listen to Mr. Surratt because I thought he's going to get me in trouble. That's what I thought. So I usually would go with the one that was not quite so conservative, but not the one that was just like off the charts. But what a great mentor Mr. Surratt was to me, and yes, a great competitor. Now I will say this year I'm looking forward to that Lindale Chapel Hill game because I will be rooting for the Eagles this year. Woo! And I must say, out of all the bets that Mr. Surratt captured me in, or tried to capture me in, and fibbed to the state about me betting, being a betting superintendent, trying to get me in trouble. There's so many stories. I will tell you that we knew we could always tear Lindale up in football. This year, I'm hoping Lindale tears Chapel Hill up in football. But just to speak about Lindale, it is an honor and a privilege to have been called by Mr. Surratt and Mr. Holder, who I have so much, I'm very thankful for those two men, and I knew what a quality education, what a quality leader he is, and what he stood for in Lindale ISD. And so when he called, I actually thought he was pulling another prank, but no, he was serious. And so I considered it, and all I kept hearing over and over and over was what a wonderful place Lindale ISD is. And I knew it has. I've watched, of course I've competed with, but I've watched Lindale for years and learned a lot from Lindale. And I thought, man, that's really an honor to be asked to come and consider being the principal of Velma Penny. And I was just told over and over what a phenomenal staff, what phenomenal educators there are here, and how committed everyone is to the kids and doing what's best and right for the kids, which is exactly right up my alley. And so I just had to say, of course I'll come out of retirement. I'm happy to. I had so many people say, you're crazy. And I may be, but it's going to be fun being crazy, because so far I have fallen in love with the staff and the students that I've already met. It's going to be a great year, and thank you for that opportunity. I want to thank this group too. One of the things we never had in Chapel Hill, being just a large community, no town or whatever, we never really had the connection to a lot of things that you are doing here, the Chamber of Commerce, things like that. So I really thank you all for the time that you give to educators. It really means a lot. And don't take that for granted, because not all of them have such a wonderful community to support them. So anyway, I'm happy to be an Eagle, and I so look forward to being at Velma Penny and loving a lot of kids. Not as many as E.J. Moss, but we'll get there. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Yeah, she did get a call from UIL saying that it is illegal to be betting on high school sports. And but it wasn't actually UIL, it was a fake UIL call. But I didn't do that. So we're so blessed to be in this community, and we're so blessed to have our great support from community members and parents. And anyway, last year was a phenomenal year. Probably the best year I've had in 18 years here, and there have been a lot of great ones here at Lindale ISD. I mean, we just did amazing things as a district. Of course, our students are so special, so smart, so bright, and so wonderful. Anyways, we are primed to have another phenomenal year this year. We had very little teacher turnover. We got phenomenal administrators, great supportive parents, and supportive community. How could we not be super successful? So we are primed to do special things and love on kids and do great things for them. So it is a great day to be a Lindale Eagle, and we thank y'all for y'all's great support. Thank you.